I want you to know that I have and always love you in all your pain, in all your blackness, in all your queerness, and in all your glory. I want you to know that I'm grateful that this love does not require us to set ourselves on fire. I want you to know that you've got my heart, that I will always love you gently.
Hello, my name is Push, aka the creative queer, the masculine cotton-eating queen.
Hi, my name is Landa, and I'm in a relationship with Push.
We've been together for a year and some change, like a year and a month and some change.
So it was last year lockdown. I was like in the worst space I've ever been.
I was in a stressful situation in the sense I was going through therapy, I was not okay. I went back into the dating field and then we met on Tinder.
I didn't like Tinder a lot. I guess I liked that idea of if I want to speak to somebody, I could just go on this app.
I swiped and we matched.
I didn't exactly think that, oh my God, yes, my great love. I just thought she's very hot.
I kept quiet for a while. I was like playing it cool, not really trying to respond to her or anyone actually that I matched with at the time. And then eventually
it was like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the evening and I couldn't sleep. And I was like, ugh, you know what? Let me speak to this girl.
And she was like, how is the end of the world treating you?
Because at this point, I was just like, the world needs to end. I'm done with it all.
And then the conversation unfolded from then.
The chats were flowing. It was amazing. And like the selfies and the, just like, oh babe, I'm making myself tea now.
We were just two people who were getting to know each other. And we're like, damn, I kind of like you.
So I was just like, actually, these chats are fire. Let's meet.
We had some sushi. It was like an indoor picnic kind of date.
I was sitting across her, like, on my couch.
I think we were both very nervous because we just met for the first time.
So Push is suave, guys. Push is so cool. Ugh.
And then I said to her, come sit here.
P. Diddy, Jay-Z, just suave. And she was chilling there.
And then I just lambs her.
And it was amazing. And then we went to, like, we moved the party.
Of course, there was apprehension. There was like a bit of a resistance at the beginning because, like I was saying, I was going through a lot of things and I was in therapy at the time. So there was that caution. But I think Landa is a soft landing that really kind of like put my walls down and made me feel like this is a safe space to do that.
I had the most intense relationships, like where 3 days in, we want to move in together or like be together forever, like have all of these grand promises to each other. And so I think in therapy, I kind of learned that it doesn't have to be that intense. And because it wasn't that intense with Push, I actually thought we don't like each other like that. Because I was like, oh, I'm usually married at this point. And so it was just healthy. I didn't know what healthy looks like.
At the time, we called our relationship a ship, in the sense that it was a titleless ship. So we were just two black girls getting to know each other with no intentions of what this is going to be.
I told her, look, like the perfect ship for me would definitely be just companionship. I don't want to be someone's partner. I think the thought of being someone's girlfriend is really freaking me out right now.
As we grew comfortable, the boundaries were lifted, new boundaries were created.
We were on a ship for 2 months.
And then, yeah, eventually we made playlists for each other. That was the cutest thing she did for me.
It really was the most simplest of things that I think I've never had before.
She was just somebody who spoke my love language in the most beautiful way.
And then I asked her out and she said yes.
The one thing that made me really fall in love with her was her consistency and her ability to keep her word and to say what she means, and the fact that she sees me.
It's just like such a great queer relationship. It's so light, it's so funny. She really is my best friend.
I think the world kind of looks at me, I know a masculine presenting person, and makes certain assumptions about me, and I think Landa really kind of like sees me and sees me for who I am.
She's really just been somebody that's really extended that grace to me, that's really made me believe that, dude, as much as you extend grace to other people, as much as you believe that other people's lives matter and they matter, you matter too.
There's so many complexities with a queer identity. And in a loving relationship, and I'm getting emotional, in a loving relationship, there needs to be room for that growth, that individual growth, if I can put it like that.
I wasn't trying to mold her to be a certain way for me, and she wasn't trying to mold me to be a certain way for her. We were just there and we just went for it, and it was easy.
I think it's very important, especially in queer relationships, because we're always evolving, as our identities are always evolving, and there's so much room for that in this relationship. Much room to make mistakes, but there's so much compassion at the same time that when you make those mistakes, it's okay, because I know the kind of person that you are.
She's really just helped me and guided me to kind of return to myself and to return to the person that I know and she knows that I am meant to be. And I used to be so scared of my depression and how that shows up, and she's given me a space where it's okay, like I'm beside you. If you need me, I'm here, but I've got you. Okay, babe. Oh, no. Yes. Oh, sorry. What is something that you wish I was better at? I mean, I know I'm so perfect, but choose one.
That you were better at. A sense of urgency when we have to go somewhere. Like, let's move out the house. Let's move. So, yeah.
Baby, you cannot even begin to appreciate how long this takes. I get that,
So,
babe. I do.
But I'm a patient person, so I think, yeah.
You are. You try and be so gentle with delivering. Then let's go.
The next question is, if you could go back to a time and do something different in our relationship, what would it be?
I wish I wasn't so pushy at first with us moving in together. I wish before I just wish I didn't put you in that position, because I know you always try and make me happy, and you always try and be like, you know what, let me think about this. And so I wish that, because I realize that that was very early. And I wish that, and I was just, because I felt so much for you, I just wanted it to translate to something. It needed to look like something. Like, it needed to be something tangible. And so I wish I was a little bit more gentler with you, and I didn't put you in that corner. I think we weren't good for like quite a few weeks, because I was pressing and you were just like, I just need to breathe. And I kind of wish I extended that grace to you, just to give you time to breathe and really think and really not be afraid to tell me what it is that you truly want. Do you have any insecurities regarding our relationship?
Insecurities. I don't. I think for the first time in a relationship, I feel, even with the arguments as Banazo, I think our reconciliation or our makeup plan has always kind of put us back on track in such a way that I feel secure and I know where you stand with certain things and certain issues and views, and I don't think there's anything that would kind of take me by surprise, you know. So I think that honesty that we have when we reconcile really kind of pushes us through most things and makes me feel comfortable. I couldn't know.
My insecurities has always been, I think, because I am a creative and I'm a full-time creative entrepreneur, and you are in construction and stuff, and you know, I always feel like you are more stable than I am. You know, you can really just
actually funny now
walk into I think any job that you want, really. And sometimes I worry that, like, because of that, it will put our lives into kind of like different trajectories. I think we've spoken about moving abroad, and I think it will be easier for you to move abroad than for me to move abroad, because you almost have these skills that they would want, and I am just I'm a creative entrepreneur, and so I think that has always sometimes makes me feel very like insecure.
I think now that you mentioned that, I feel sort of the opposite, in the sense that yes, I have this 9 to 5, but like there are these creative things that I'm also kind of pursuing. And because when you know, where I'm sitting, it looks like you have all this time in the world, you know, to implement these ideas, and you are implementing those ideas, and I see them coming to life. Sometimes I feel like I'm left behind because I'm busy doing my 9 to 5, and I don't have as much time, you know, to focus on those things. So I think now that you mentioned that, for me it's like the opposite of it.
That's quite
I'm going to be
interesting.
this creative who has all of these ideas that the world
That
doesn't
just
get
don't
to
do
see.
it. Okay.
So yeah, that's that.
Okay.
Next question is, do you feel pressure to make our love work?
I definitely feel no pressure in the relationship to be anything or do anything, because we communicate expectations so like nicely,
So cool.
and we're always
Cloud
able
of
to like reconcile or have some sort of reconciliation with our sort of like chats. So no, not pressure, just a little bit anxiety that shit, I don't have that sort of control over this thing. To if I had a wand, I would just say she'll be mine forever. But it's just that anxiety that this could end one day. How has our relationship changed you for the better?
So many different ways. Being in a relationship with you has kind of forced me, or gently forced me or nudged me in the right direction in terms of, you know, my emotional intelligence. I think before I met you, I was somebody who was like, yo, I'm not a child with traumas, I'm fine. You know, having grown up in a home that was, you know, averagely okay, with no, you know, the typical traumas that people grow up with. But I do now kind of see isn't a mental health better. I manage my own anxiety a little bit more better. You know, you've introduced me to healthier ways of managing all of that. So in many different ways, darling. In many different ways.
Oh, it's the dawning for me at the end.
Gotta keep it gangster at the end. So yeah, babe, it's just like mental health things that, you know, I've never really cared for, that I kind of understand a bit better now that I'm in a relationship with you. So yeah, that's that on that.
Don't be gangster, baby. Be vulnerable.
Have you ever found it hard to love me?
No. I say this here all the time. I think of everything I've ever done in my life, being with you has been the easiest thing. It's been such an easy thing, and I said to them earlier on, at first I doubted that we were into each other, because we weren't doing all of these things, these grand things that we did before. And so it's been the easiest thing to just be me with you. I've tapped into so many different layers of me that's just kind of like laid dormant in me. I've tapped into those because it's just so easy to completely and fully be me with you and love you. You make it so easy to love you. You are the easiest person to love. You really are.
Baby. Thank you, babe. Rock, paper, scissors. Damn. Okay, you win. What is this? It's fine. I'll read. What is this, honey? This is a paper or what? It's fine. I'm gonna read my letter first. Landa. Okay. How is the end of the world treating you? You said to me, one cold winter and a pandemic. Never did I think in my wildest dreams that your question would be a beginning of a new world with you. I love you, Stanasam, and Funungachu. I love you endlessly. Njabulela for seeing me. You always allow me and you encourage me to stand in a world that doesn't want to see me. Njabulela for hearing me. I never need to explain, translate, or emphasize anything more than once to you. Thank you for building a home with me. Thank you for being my life partner, my best friend. Our home is definitely my favorite place to be in the world. It is warm, it is love, it is filled with endless colors and corners that creatively inspire me always. Babe, There's a question that people always love asking, abantu who are in love, but do you see a future together? And I've always dreamed in lesbian, and I always would fantasize about these things, and I never thought these were things that were reserved for me, for people like us. But when I answer abantu, I look at you and I look at our present, and it promises an absolutely beautiful future. You are absolutely, without a doubt, everything that I've prayed for in the universe and our ancestors. May umdali asikelele onke amaphupha ethu, and I promise to always rub your feet, rub your back, rub your booty, and I promise to always choose myself, and in doing so, choosing you. So Landa, I will always be here. Here where you met me, here where we meant what we said, here where we have healthy boundaries, where we cook and exchange childhood stories and traumas, where we create playlists, where we laugh, where we cry, where we feel scared, where we feel brave, and where the world is ending, a new world and life is beginning with you always. I love you, love, push.
Baby, that was so sweet. Come here. Told you you're my soulmate. Okay, dear Perch, gosh, thank you for teaching me that I am important too. That I too am deserving. That I too matter. Thank you for giving me a love that consistently inspires me. A love that demands me to bask in the glory that is me. A love that has always met me where I have met myself. Push, you have given me the best love. A love that is full, a love that gives, a love that does not hold back, a love that is free, a love that has given me forever, every single day. I want you to know that I have and always love you in all your pain, in all your blackness, in all your queerness, and in all your glory. I want you to know that I'm grateful that this love does not require us to set ourselves on fire. I want you to know that I am grateful that this love does not require a performance. I want you to know that you've got my heart, that I will always love you gently, that I will always be your peace, a safe place to land on. You are a great thing, best thing. And I will spend every day showing you that, giving you the love that you deserve. You are my personal sunset. Landa.
Oh, baby.
Let go of me. Guys. What is this? This is a cut. Something in the air. Thank you so much for watching our episode of Defining Love. My name is Landa, and you can find me on Instagram at LandaWilly.
And I am Push, aka the Creative Queer, the masculine cotton eating queen. You can catch me on my channel, Creative Queer, and What's in the Closet on YouTube. But on social media, IG, I am Push_success.
Please take a listen to our curated playlist down below.
I highly recommend. Highly. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and subscribe to my channel, Creative Queer, What's in the Closet. You know what it is. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Peace.
How do you do it?
It's either rock, a paper, or scissor.
Okay, a rock, a paper,
or scissor. Yes.
This is paper.
Yes. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
No.
You're waiting for me, babe. You're doing this. What is more important, sexual or emotional compatibility?
Oh, definitely emotional compatibility.
If we're good emotionally, and I say this to you all the time, that we make up sex in Nandi, but let's get the emotions out, and then
this is Push.
Yeah, basically, yeah, no, definitely, I agree with you that emotional before sexual compatibility.
Yeah,
okay,
and it's great if it's both, right?